Hi guys, what it is yo girl Cadillac. I am Cadillac Dixon. I am the Draw My Life prison wife. I am the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping to see justice before all fades to black. Yeah, it's your girl Cadillac. We're here, guys. Your girl coming through the last vlog of this year. Last one. It's over, girl. Done. 2021 is done. So I came in to tell you, do my year end review. So I thank you guys for riding with your girl this year. Um, I see a lot more people starting to support me, and I thank you guys so much. This channel, as you know, is very much like a child of mine. It's very important to me, very close to my heart and dear to my heart, because it was created to try to put our family back together. The whole intentions of this channel was to break the story of my husband, who was wrongfully convicted and excessively sentenced in the state of Florida, to break his story so that he can just come home to his family. That was the whole intention of this channel. And within this year, I still didn't get monetized this year, guys. No, this is my second year trying. Definitely didn't make it. I'm so far off from monetization. But you know, I am closer than I was. I doubled my channel views from last year to this year. Um, I'm hoping the rate picks up a lot more than it is. Cause his channel, he's doing really good too. His channel has increased. I did a lot of lives over there with him. Um, it's been a lot that happened this year, but I do have a list tonight. Just to give you my year-end review. What happened to your girl in 2021? Okay, so give me a second. Let me get to it. Okay, so 2021 year-end review. I started actually gaining some support in my fight for my husband. I felt like I was finally being uncovered. Like, you know, I feel hidden. I feel so hidden. Like, I have a lot to give this world. I have a lot of talent. I have a story to tell, and I just feel hidden. And it really started to feel like I was being uncovered. It was family members that I have told this story for years. Like heard this story way before you guys have heard it, over and over and over. And they've kind of like always tuned me out. But this is the first year that certain family members really started listening and saying, wow, you know, that's not right. Maybe we can help her. And I've never seen that before. So this was the first year for that. Um, I became an empty nester. Yep. And I started to try to accept my single woman life. Well, as you know, my husband is wrongfully convicted, excessively sentenced. He's due to get out in the year 2040, 2042, really. But that's really the year that the Terminator came from. You know, that latest Terminator? When she came back, girl, she could have brought my man with me. Like, for real, she could have brought my man with her. I mean, girl, like, she came back empty handed and naked and stuff. Like, for real, did y'all see that movie? Girl, you forgot Marcello. But yeah, so that's when he's due to get out. 2042. But with good behavior, with his gain time, he will get out in 2039. Still many more New Year's Eves I'm gonna have to see before that date comes. But so because of that, it was just me and my daughter, our daughter. And now that our daughter, you know, is grown and she's gone. She kind of left this year, like, and I had to like start accepting that, I'm alone. So now I am the person that I started out before I met Marcello, before I had our daughter. So for all these years, I've just been a mother, a single struggling mother. And now I'm just Kita. I'm just me, like by myself. And I'm trying to learn to live that single woman life, though I am married um, to an incarcerated man. So that means most of my time I'm going to spend alone. Our marriage exists through phone calls and emails. So besides that, empty nester, single womanhood. So that has really been hitting me hard this year in 2021. Okay, so well, I don't have them numbered. I just got them in a list. I and the love of my life finally decided to make it official. Yes, girl. He always been my husband. Like, girl, with them firecrackers that he always been my husband. Like, from day one. We really was supposed to get married before he, you know, long before we even knew he was gonna go to prison. But, my mother kind of didn't want us to get married. We were both young and, you know, so we decided we'd wait a little while, we get ourselves settled. But in the middle of that, he was wrongfully convicted and taken away forever and ever. While he was incarcerated, I didn't want to marry him while in prison. I wanted him to come home. Though I kept myself for him and I've been there for him, and we live our life as though we're husband and wife. Like, what would really change, but we're not like lawfully husband and wife. So finally this year, through this craziness that's been going on this year and last year, I was like, heck with it. We don't know how much longer any of us were going to be here. I I want to be married to my husband, like legally, physically, spiritually, every way. And if it means that I have to do it through prison bars, so be it. So he asked me this time, and I finally said yes. I never told him no. I always told him, just wait till you come home, just wait. And wait, how long can we wait? So I finally said yes. And yeah, so that gets into the next step. We were approved for us to get married, and everything was in order. The chaplain said there was just a few more things to tie up. And he asked us what date we wanted to choose. Marcello wanted us to get married on my birthday. So everything was approved. I was in the process. I had told our daughter. I was asking her if she wanted to help me find a dress. Like, I'm a mess. I know y'all see me. Look at my hair, my face. I'm a pure mess because I'm always busy. I'm always grinding. I'm always working. That I don't have a lot of time to devote to myself. So I was asking our daughter, did she want to help me, get myself together, like get my hair, together, get my nails, my dress, my ring. I had to go shopping for him a ring because he can have a very cheap ring, like a cheap one. And before, oh, okay, stop there. I'm not gonna go any further. We got to go down this list. Okay. I finally walked across that stage. I finally graduated, y'all. I graduated at age 39. And y'all know this little shutdown, this thing here, messed your girl up because I was due to graduate in 2020. But because my college only has a graduation, well, I would have graduated in 2020, but because of the shutdown and because I was helping my nephew with his that was thrown into, the whole thing, doing school over the internet and stuff like that. That was crazy, and I was trying not to let him fail, so I was helping him, and I was in finals. It was too much going on to the point where I failed my classes. And when I retook it, the graduation had already passed for that year, for 2020. So I didn't make that graduation. Though I did complete my classes the end of the year in 2020, I didn't graduate until 2021. I finally walked across that stage at age 39. It wasn't the graduation that I pictured in my head for all those years, but it was a graduation that they set up in the parking lot of our school. They set up a nice little stage. They had the 2021 numbers out there and everything. And I have finally did it. I finally made my mother proud. I was that child that could not do nothing right, couldn't get it together. Every mother that I think has more than one child, you always have that one child that just can't quite pull their life together. That's me. I'm that one. My little baby sisters have far surpassed me, and I'm still girl. But that was the first time that I really feel like I made my mother proud. I graduated, girl, this year. Like that, there was no other feeling like that. A week later, though, it always it takes a turn. I went to visit my husband in prison. Mind you, he's almost 7 hours away. hmm Him being on quarantine, you know, and he got off. So when he got out of quarantine, I couldn't wait to finally see him. Like after all this crazy stuff, after this whole shutdown, they weren't letting us visit. There was so much going on. I finally was able to visit my husband. Only now this is the part. For me to go to visitation and for my rights to be violated while at visitation. Yes. Okay. So my rights to be violated during visits revoked, and I to be laughed at and told that I couldn't see my husband again, and said that that was all over the state of Florida. So our now already very limited relationship is now reduced down even more. So they told me I couldn't ever visit him again. It's over. Visiting him for 20 years, raising our daughter through prison visits because he was taken from our family when she was 9 months old, basically. So, in 9 months, she had already built that bond with him. And now she's visiting him through this thick glass and jumping at the glass and trying to figure out why he's not picking her up. She don't understand. She used to jump into his arms, and now she's jumping and hitting this thick glass um, at 9 months. And now, I raised her through that manner, going to visit, and 20 years later, God, it gets no better. I don't know why my life doesn't go the opposite way. Like, I don't know how my life ended up being to where it only gets worse, but it basically does. Mm. So I lost all my visiting privileges with my husband. Um, yeah, so crazy. So I would have said that our relationship only exists through letters, emails, and phone calls, but they canceled all letters this year too. So you can't write through the mail. So it's just things that you pay for, like phone calls, very expensive phone calls and emails. That's all I have now. That's my husband. Very expensive calls and emails. But, a piece of him is okay. Yeah, so a week later, I went to visit my husband after him being on quarantine, only for my rights to be violated during visit, revoked, laughed at. I was laughed at and told I couldn't see my husband again. So our already very limited relationship is reduced down even more. That was very devastating. I turned 40 this year. Girl, 40 is really not looking cute at all. Not at all. I I never would imagine myself being here at 40, but how everybody say, well, at least you're alive, alive and alone. But yeah, I am alive. Our baby girl turned 20 this year, and I went to celebrate with her in Miami. One of the first vacations I have taken in a time. Long time. Being a single mother, raising your child alone, working overnight, going to school constantly. You do not get to do a lot of vacationing. So this was one of my first vacations in a long time. So we went down to Miami to celebrate her 20th birthday. Um Sorry. Marcello really took that hard. He couldn't believe, 20. And on that day, all he could say was, I missed another one. He missed all her birthdays. Every last one. Yeah. Okay. So I left my laundry room job and I started a new job location, and I was in laundry for almost 3 years. So after 3 years, I started a new job location, which now you see it's kicking my butt. But, it's a new start. All right. So what's the next one? Yeah. Okay. So Marcello this year as well turned 30, and he was still in prison. I'm sorry, 30. Girl, goodbye. That was a decade ago. Turned 40. Marcello turned 40. Um, Still in prison. So from age 20 to 40, he's been incarcerated wrongfully. They basically took his life, and if they would let him go, they still took the best part of his life. But he had his 40th birthday in confinement as well. So in prison in confinement. So it wasn't my birthday letter that I was able to send, my birthday card at that time, we could still send regular physical mail. That was even returned back to me because I was rushing and threw it in the mailbox without a stamp. So he didn't even get that. No phone call, no nothing. So that had to be, even though my 40th birthday was sad and depressing, girl, I know his 40th birthday had to be just over the top depressing. But, that was this year. Okay. This year, we found out our daughter is pregnant, and we are expecting to be grandparents for the first time. Our first grandchild. Yes. Um, this too is really like, it just solidifies that for me, I was never able to make it right. I was never able to It was so expected that I would get my husband home. This was just a hurdle, not knowing that no. This was how your life is going to be. You're not going to be able to change the situation around. No matter how you try, what you do, what you overcome, you will not change the situation and bring your husband back home. And this just so much just solidified it. He missed it. Damn, like for real. He missed it. Everything. Everything. Every syllable in everything. Everything he missed. And I kept thinking I could salvage some of it. But he missed it. And it's beating him up because not only did he miss our daughter's life, but now he's due to miss the next generation because he's not due for release until this unborn baby is almost grown. My life in 2021. Okay, so the last thing, actually that was the last thing, but I have a closing statement. So my family, we are still together now, but we are all our furthest apart. So 2021 was, I don't know. People always tell you there's good in every situation, and I'm desperately trying to find it. I'm reflecting back on how I felt in 2020 and just knowing that, okay, now at 2021, it's going to turn around, and seeing another year leave me and it hasn't, the ship is still going down this waterfall. This waterfall. Like, when is it going to turn around? Like the Titanic almost, girl. Girl. But I guess I still got to be able to find hope. It's really hard. It's really hard to find hope. But, you know, anyways, I'm going to go in and hopefully finish cleaning up. I got me some coffee. I was going to stay up, and I was watching Ashley Says So, watching about Sherman Hemsley. I was watching that, and I was going to catch up with some other little YouTube videos. Christina Randall does have a new video up, which I ain't watched her in a million years. But girl, it was too many ads coming through on her videos to the point where I had to just leave. I'm so sorry. I had to stop watching because I get the little free YouTube. Like, I don't pay for the free ad, like the ad free stuff. And it was like you couldn't even watch her video without a million ads. So I just kind of stopped that one. But I kind of miss her, so I'm gonna go catch up with her and, see what she doing over there on her YouTube channel. And, clean up, and I guess just hope for the best. Hoping my next year is finally brings my husband home. Or will we be going into 2023 hoping the same thing? I don't know. I'm hoping this year that my business finally is able to be, it ain't even got to be successful. I just want it off the ground and doing something. I just want to be that artist that I've always wanted to be before the hand go on the bed, before the hands fall off the little hinge right here, before I lose my hands. Because I can barely feel my fingers. Like, I would like to make a little bit of money, with my artwork. That's pretty much it. I won't hope for too much. So I won't be too disappointed if I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, hope 2022 does bring you, however, everything that you've dreamed for. and that you want. And if there isn't anything in this life that you want, go after it. Start today, because you don't know how long it's going to take for you to obtain what you may want in life. So please start today. All right, with that being said, hiss your girl Cadillac. I'm going to say this little corny joke. I will see y'all next year.